Good morning, everybody. Alright, today is the 19th of February, Monday morning, also President's Day holiday. We are on the north end of San Bernardino, California now, my hometown, my original hometown, I would say. Well, actually Colton technically is, but anyway, yeah, I grew up in the high desert though, in Barstow. Anyway, yeah, we're back here in San Bernardino, about to make our delivery. We're delivering to the Lineage Logistics Facility on Lilac Avenue in Bloomington. I've been there one time before. It's been several years though, probably at least a good 5 years since I was last year, if not 6. I mean, last time, if not 6 years. So, I don't think much has changed. I don't know. I didn't even bother to read any of the reviews because I'm just going off what I remember of the place last time, and not too much can change there as far as I know. That's where we're going to. Where did we pick it up from? Yeah, you might have already seen my video titled What Happened to Sia Reedland. That video, I picked up the load that we have behind us right now. That was basically Windsor or Hinomoto Foods in Lampasas, Texas. Oh, and by the way, I found out, because remember, if you guys watched that video, you might have seen where I was kind of questioning what's the right way to pronounce that city's name. The guy who checked me in there, he actually calls it Lampasas himself, so... it seems that my pronunciation of it is correct. I just wasn't sure. Anyway, yeah, that's what we got. It's basically a load of frozen Mexican food like burritos and whatever other kind of stuff. Taquitos. Yeah, mostly taquitos, enchiladas, and burritos and stuff. So that's what we got. I ended up taking that load across US 190 all the way over to I-10 and then took 10 across and ended up going to my house. Obviously I didn't go straight to the customer because I got home on Saturday. Yeah, I think Saturday. Sometimes Saturday, yeah, whatever. Anyway, it's Monday now, Monday morning. We got a 10:30 a.m. appointment time. It's currently 9:30, so we'll be there probably 9:45-ish, we'll say. Maybe a hair later, perhaps. Won't have any problems getting there on time. As you see on the map, we got green conditions all the way in. As long as it stays that way, we're good. Alright. I don't really know what all places this Lineage services, though, as far as who do they deliver to? Or they literally are just cold storage for just anything in general. Anyway, alright. So, on my way home, I ended up, it's pretty common when I'm coming across 10 and I'm going to my house. I don't normally take I-10 all the way across over here to San Bernardino and come back up. I usually go up, I'll get off at exit 45 in Arizona, which is Vicksburg Road. Take that road up into Vicksburg, and then I'll go across into Parker, Arizona, and eventually basically take State Route 62 all the way across from there to Yucca Valley, California. Then 247 up to Apple Valley, and then 247 and 18 up to Apple Valley, I mean. 247 and 18 meet up in Lucerne Valley, and 247 splits off and goes to Barstow. 18 ends up going over to Apple Valley and Victorville. Yeah, but I take that way across to get to my place. Anyway, on my way over, though, I was not too far east of where 62 and California 177 meet up. Ended up seeing a car that was rolled over and sitting on its roof. The only thing there were a CHP unit and a rollback truck. Didn't think too much of it, but I mean, I couldn't see inside because there was like all kinds of boxes and it seemed like boxes covering up the windows and stuff. And yeah, it turned out it was a fatal crash. I'll probably end up posting the footage of what it looks like there, but you can tell from I can tell from what evidence I saw there that the car was westbound like I was. It went into the soft shoulder, came back out, and I think lost control and rolled over into the field off the eastbound side of the road. Yeah, so sad thing to see there, but you know, it's one of those that you have to wonder what caused this crash in the first place. Was the guy distracted driving? Did they fall asleep? Did they have a mechanical issue, like maybe a blown steer tire or something? I don't know, but you know, there's a lot of questions that can always come up. I always have an interest in what causes a lot of stuff like that for obvious reasons, because I drive for a living and I want to know what is likely to cause problems. 2-lane road with very minimal shoulder, it's a higher risk of that happening too. And not to mention, you can be on a 2-lane road and have someone coming the other way crash head on into you. A buddy of mine, Daniel, actually had a mishap on a 2-lane road. A guy going the other way fell asleep behind the wheel and started drifting into my friend Daniel's lane, and he had Daniel couldn't avoid it. There was nothing he could really do. He ended up crashing into the front corner area of Daniel's truck. Thankfully, the guy survived. But he also had his family in there too, so that wasn't too cool. All right, we got about 13 or so minutes left to go. Alright, so I do have something else I'm going to talk about here, just kind of a little bit of story time, I guess, with an experience I had at one point in time while I was in the Walmart dedicated fleet with Sierra England. This would have been like 2017, 2018, I will say 2017 probably, I don't know. Anyway, when I was in that fleet, I regularly ran, usually did Sam's Club loads, going from the Walmart DC over here in Colton over to all the different Sam's Club stores in the Salt Lake City region most of the time. Let's say about 80% of the time, yeah, I was going up I-15 to Salt Lake City area and doing the stores there. Well, this one particular day, I was delivering to the Provo location. And now Provo, if you're not familiar, is about 45 miles or so south of downtown Salt Lake City. And it's also the home of Brigham Young University, or BYU. You guys are probably familiar. Anyway, yeah, so this store, they have dock doors on, they have, what's it, 2 dock doors on the north side of the building, and what was it, 2 or 3 on the south side of the building. Now, my previous times going there, because I used to go to that store a lot, I remembered that, because Walmart dedicated fleets usually will do, dude, I'm not moving over for you, you're going to have to back it off. Too bad. Dude, are you fucking serious? How do you not see that? How dumb can you be? I'm not moving over because I could get trapped over here anyway, and I need to get onto, I'm getting onto I-10 westbound when we get up here. That's just stupidity on this guy's part. Alright, anyway, so I know from experience, well actually, okay, Walmart fleets, they do usually have 2 trucks. One will do meat and produce, and the other one will do frozen and dairy. Dude, you gotta pay a lot better attention to what you're doing. Look like a young dude driving it. Alright, so anyway, the Provo location, the way they usually do it with England drivers is they do the meat and produce loads on the north side docks, and the frozen and dairy driver will dock in on the south side. Now, they usually also have a Swift truck that does dedicated in there, and now usually Swift has a drop trailer sitting in one of the dock doors there, but most of the time when I would go there, they would live unload the Swift guys on the south side of the building. So this one particular occasion, now the way also deliveries work there, most of the Sam's Club stores, they usually close about 8:30 or so p.m. and then about 9 p.m. the receiving docks open up. So what I would normally do, I might get there at like say 6 p.m. or something, and just sit there and if the dock door is vacant that I know is going to be the side I'm docking in on, I'll just go ahead and bump the dock. They have roll-up doors on the Walmart trailers anyway, so we just roll it over. I'll raise the door up when the dock door is open. Anyway, this one particular occasion, there's two doors. I'm on the one on the right side next to the rail that separates the docks from the alleyway and the receiving office, and there's a Swift drop trailer to my left in that door. And I remember I went to sleep, and I woke up, I don't know, about 8:30 or something like that, and I see this other guy standing out there, which I guess was the Swift driver. He's sitting there, he's standing there outside his truck next to the rail. When I open my curtains, I see him just like kind of looking, staring right in at me and stuff, and like, what's up with this, and well, I get out and start chit-chatting with him because we're both waiting on the receiving office to open, and then he starts trying to tell me, you're in the wrong door. And I was like, you're supposed to be on the other side of the building. Like, no, I'm pretty sure this is the right side because I come here all the time. And I said, they say, no, this is the side I dock in. We do dropping hooks here. I'm like, yeah, guess again. You might have a drop trailer here, but every time I come here and I see usually there's always a Swift truck there at the same time, and they always live unload. In fact, I've had to sit and wait when I was doing frozen and dairy loads. I would sometimes have to wait because the receiving guy would tell me they're going to unload the Swift guy first, and then after the Swift guy leaves, they'll unload me. So I was no stranger to how they do things there. And so, I was trying to explain to him, like, yeah, this is the side we do meat and produce on. The other side's frozen and dairy only. So he makes some stupid smart-ass comment. Well, who knows? Maybe I'll just have you go over to the front entrance and, deliver right there or something. And I'm like, that was really stupid. I was thinking in my head, but like, and then he walks off. Or actually, when the receiving office opens up, and we go in there, and he checks in first, and he's like, hey, I'm your Swift guy. And the guy, so the guy who checked us in was not the receiver. He was just kind of getting us checked in, and that's it. Normally the receiver comes, is there and checking us in and telling us where to dock in and doing all the dock work and everything, but this particular time we had someone else doing it, and it wasn't much longer before the receiver showed up. The guy who unloads us. And so anyway, the guy tells the Swift driver, I think he usually puts you over in door 5 or whatever it is. I think that's what door it is, over on the south side. Might be 2 or whatever it is. I get it mixed up. It's been too long. And then the Swift driver goes, that's the one over there, right? He's pointing over down on basically to the north end where I'm docked in. And he goes, no, it's on the south end, and I think they usually live unload you guys. I started like laughing my ass off in my head, just trying not to be rude, but at the same time, like, yeah, this is what you get for making stupid comments. I'm not new to coming to this store. And he got a little upset, of course, now because he wasn't an ass right there on the spot, but at the same time, the wind got blown out of his sail, obviously. But now he felt stupid because I just told him that the other guy just basically proved to him that I was right. And So yeah, he tells them go ahead and dock in on the south end, and I ended up just staying. Then I get checked in, and tell him, yeah, I got here's your meat and produce load, and he goes, all right, go ahead and dock in on the north end if you're not already. I'm like, yep, I'm already in the door. Well, then again, then it turns out the Swift driver got all, I guess, threw a fit about why it wasn't a drop-and hook. And when the receiver actually, we started interacting with the receiver, telling the receiver he wanted to talk to the receiving manager, who was a lady who does not normally do the unloading. Sometimes she does, but it was a younger guy who usually did the unloading at the time. And he wanted to talk to her about why he couldn't drop and hook. And the receiver, I remember when it was my turn to get unloaded, receiver, because when you're doing Walmart, dedicated, usually the driver is actually on the dock floor. You usually go in and out of the trailer to pull inventory decals off of the pallets. Sometimes the pallets will only have one, sometimes they'll have like 3 or 4 of them on the same pallet. But you have to pull these little tabs, these sticky tabs off of each of those labels and put them on your manifest. At least that's the way it used to work. I don't know if they're still doing it that way. Hope you know that I'm not backing off for you, because I'm getting off at you know what, I actually overshot. Yeah, I meant to get off at Riverside, and I got so fixated on talking that didn't realize that I was already past Riverside. That guy just got on at Riverside, so we'll just get back on over here at Cedar and come back down to Riverside. I could even take Cedar down and take Santa Ana across, which is the same street that the Pilot truck stop there is at. In fact, I probably will, just because I tend to park on the shoulder on the north side of the customer anyway, and I need to be facing that way to do it. Anyway, this he gets all mad about not doing a drop hook, so he's asking to talk to the manager, and then he ends up just proceeding to piss off the receiver. And the receiver ends up, while he's unloading me, he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna tell my manager to basically DNR that guy, which means do not return." Which means he's not welcome back, because he said, yeah, this guy threw a fit about not being able to do a drop and hook, and it was like, I'm the one who decides whether you get a drop and hook or a live, and we usually do lives here. So if he doesn't like it too damn bad, it's like, yeah, I get his frustration, but at the same time, the receiver's right. Okay, so yeah, it's, from running in that fleet is one of the things I learned. Don't ever argue with the customer. If they say you're live unloading, you're live unloading. Don't sit there and try to argue with them. I want to be a little brat and drop a hook, assholes. I guess one good thing about the missed turn is that I can show you where the Pilot is at now. It's over here. It's they got really wide spaces. Not a shitload of spots to work with there, but it's not bad. And they got a Del Taco and a Jack in the Box in the parking lot. They're standalone buildings, by the way. The Pilot there is even a brand new building. It's been open for maybe a year or so. Let's see. Lagunitas IPA. Yeah, IPAs aren't my cup of tea. Come on. The sooner you get moving, car, the sooner I can too. Alright, right up here, this next slide up will be Santa Ana. And on the left side there, on the far end of the intersection will be the Pilot. We're going to turn left and go right past the Pilot, but we're going and that's actually the same street I'm gonna park on when I check in at my receiver. I'm gonna go ahead and run high speed though once we get past the pilot. Come on, dude. You're not paying attention. I know you got a green arrow. Or does he not? Alright, we are going to go straight ahead and we'll run high speed. Just a little bit before we get to Riverside Avenue will be the receiver on the right side. Alright guys, this building right up here on the right side is our customer. They got a no truck parking sign right there, but I mean, there's not much room on the shoulder here. No, there is actually a truck parked over there. We'll go ahead and give it a try, but normally I park over here on this. Well, actually, that's not a no truck parking sign, it's a no trucks allowed on the street sign, but alright, we need to come into here, but need a better place to park. Maybe I should have parked on the side where I was originally at. Or we can park here behind this guy. It looks like there's room here. Yeah, to dock in, I'll probably just have to either back up to their drive. Well, no, because usually it nose into their driveway anyway, so usually end up having to go around the block or something. Alright guys, we are ready to dock in. Probably going to change plans here though a little bit. What I'm going to do instead of going around the block is come out here to this side of the street and then we'll back ourselves up. Back ourselves up to the driveway we need. You son of a bitch. This guy with the pickup just kind of hope he didn't trash my plan too much. Not bad. Right. I think it's the same guy who was checking in at the same time as me. Trying to get out of the way though, so yeah, it is the same guy. Okay, he's gonna end up docking in right the same. Let me wait for him because he's going into the same driveway that I'm going into. Be a little closer over this way to so the FedEx guy can get around me. Now what I'll be doing on this side of the street, that way I don't want to back into someone who could be coming right into me. I want to be able to, if someone's coming from that direction, I want to see them. If I'm back in the same direction I'm driving, then less problem. All right, we'll go ahead and do a. Come on. We're gonna wait on this guy now. Alright, yeah, no problems getting in here. Okay, now they say back in with the doors closed. Looks like door 15 will be on the other side. We gotta figure out what this guy's doing though. What is this guy doing now? You don't even have your four-ways on. Alright, so this guy wants me to go by. Apparently he wants to dock in over here on this side. Because he was waving me by. Get by. It looks like he's close enough. Alright, I don't want to hear this stupid thing going off. Alright, door 15 will be over here. 2 spots past this guy. Tight lane here. So I'm going to go a little further than probably like 3 spots or so. I think I'm tracking more for 16. Yeah. We'll get what I can with it, and then I'll reset if I need to. Pretty sure I'll have to reset. I'm not going to be able to time this perfectly. At least I doubt it. No, I'm already late. See, my drive tires are already crossing over a little bit, so just gotta go forward and right now, and we're good. Alright. Now, I don't know if they want me to bump the dock with the doors closed, or because it doesn't look like it's wide enough to yeah, it doesn't look like the doors are wide enough to open from inside the building. Alright, not too bad overall though. Okay, I assume they're going to come out and basically break the seal when they're ready to unload me. Until then, I mean, I'll probably just pull forward and offline, and we'll have some more fuel in docking out. Alright guys, we are done unloading here. I don't know if this guy's waiting for my door or what, or if he just parked where he's not supposed to be parked and waiting. He's supposed to be parked on the street. You're even supposed to be on the street when you're checking in, but some drivers keep coming in here to the driveway to park and check in or wait, whatever. Alright, so it is just afternoon, so what, a couple hours total in the door. Wasn't incredibly long with the unloading time. It was just a little bit of a wait before they started unloading. Okay, so from here, well actually let's see, the office is right here by the street, and you check in and out right there. Yep, we are good there. Okay, so I'm gonna need reefer fuel and also a washout. What I'm gonna be doing next will be dropping my trailer in the drop yard and going home. For reefer fuel options, I can either come back over here to the Pilot. Come on, Hub Group, what are you doing? I could have gone if I knew you were going to go that slow. All right, but what I actually have planned instead, we'll come over here to Riverside Avenue. Go get washed out over here at why am I brain farting on the name of the company? Anyway, yeah, the truck wash up here off of Valley and Riverside, right on the other side of I-10. I'm gonna go get washed out there, and I'll probably just go hit up the other Pilot over there in Colton, on the other side of the 215. Fill up my reefer tank there, and then I'll go drop my trailer in the yard. Why are we waiting? It's a four-way stop. You don't have to sit here and wait for me to come to a complete stop before you move. Oh, Western Express. Well, I hate to say it, but why am I not too surprised that it's a Western Express driver or some other that I expect to be a rookie or something that would do that? Well, like you saw the other truck there already stopped, and you see me coming to a complete stop. You see that I have a stop sign. Why wait for me? Just go. You're already there at the limit line. Alright, so that's all we got here. This is Riverside Avenue. We'll make the left turn here, cross over the freeway, and go get washed out. Alright, I will be on home time until Thursday. I have a dental appointment on Wednesday, so I plan to do that. Also just got good news from my wife that our car is ready for pickup. Had some repair work to do on it because of the rain damage. Turned out the weather strip on our trunk had an issue. Wasn't in a position to do its job correctly. So when I had a bunch of rain while I was out on the road, it basically flooded the trunk and damaged a few electronic parts in there. A relay and amplifier, fuel control module, and we ended up getting a new battery as well. So yeah, insurance actually is covering some of it, and then we have to pay for other parts of it. So you know, this is where having that money budgeted. I'll probably talk more about this on the next video, because about budgeting, especially if you're a lease operator. And especially with what's been going on with our maintenance accounts here at JCT or HerSpot, whatever now. So, alright, I'm going to go ahead and call this one a day though. Otherwise, we'll kind of fill you in a little bit more on all that budgeting stuff, whatever. I guess maybe on the next video. Alright, you all have a great day. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you guys later.